Hey guys, Czar checking in with you here today on a very interesting day. Watching now the NASDAQ, as you can see here on the 1 minute chart. As we're seeing a bit of a change of character happening here in the afternoon. We saw a little bit of something similar earlier on at around 11 o'clock and then 12 o'clock. But now we're seeing this happening, getting ready to take my first trade of the day. And it's this short right here, ready to break the low. Bear with me for one moment as I go over to the NASDAQ on my own platform here. 1 minute chart. There's already been a significant down move here, but after the giant up move, I'm okay with it. NASDAQ, going to be watching this, guys. I'll bring you back. I'm just going to be chatting with my group here, and I'll put you on pause, and we'll see this thing play out. This is not my actual stop. Let me just be very clear about that. Looking here for a 2.5, 2.5 to 1. I want to get paid for this risk. 2.5 to 1 right there, and it'll be triggered in automatically. All right, be right back, guys. Pause now. All right, guys, I'm back. I was just chatting with my group and got triggered in here to this sell. First trade of the day. I'm gonna leave this marker over here so you can see the rationale behind why I got in. It's that little break of structure here in the afternoon, 2:13 p.m. guys, New York time. So there's still an hour and 3/4 left here of trading time. We'll see what we can accomplish in that period of time. Momentum is very much up. This is a very, very strong day, so going against the trend can be very risky. I'm not trying to pick tops here. This is a structural play based on a Vwap reversion. You probably see me do it many times, but all right, guys, I'm going to put you on pause because nothing's really happening here, but I am triggered into this thing, and now I got to live with it for now. We'll see. I might close it early. You never know. You got to manage this thing according to what the market is printing, and we'll get some ideas here as to how to manage this. You know my rules. I don't add to losers. I don't move my stops away. As a rule, you'll see me move at 1 or 2 points based on what I'm seeing, but not this whole kind of moving to different structures and so on. But letter of the law versus the spirit of the law, and I hope you understand that. All right, guys. Back in a bit. Pausing now. Guys, we're back. Price is driving down just a little bit. It looks like a big move when you got it all zoomed out like this or zoomed in, doesn't it? Looks pretty impressive, but this is just the beginning. Let me clear these charts up a little bit so we can just get to watch. I took off the Vwap while we were on pause so we can watch it develop just based on pure price action. See the structural change here? All right, so the open for New York. Let's take a look at this, guys. So this is the 1 minute chart, as you can see. This is New York open. NY open, 9:30 right there. We pushed down for the first 2 minutes, I believe, from what I remember. Yeah, the first 2 candles were down candles, essentially, and then it was off to the races. But what did we have in terms of structure? Let's zoom out just a little bit here. I'll be able to do this cleanly. All right, so we had an impulse wave up, a corrective wave down, impulse wave up, corrective wave down, impulse, corrective, and a series of small ones. I won't do all of these because it'll get really, really messy. And now I'm going to do this separately because I just clicked out of that, but impulse wave down, corrective wave up, and potentially impulse wave down. That's the way this plays out. We get a nice 2.5% win, or 2.5 R win, pardon me, which is 2.5% for me, since my typical R value is 1% of account value. In other words, I risk 1% on most trades, not always, but most trades. Sometimes a bit more, and sometimes a bit less, depending on level of conviction. But I don't try to confuse people with getting into that. It's more of a kind of an advanced management technique that you develop when you've been doing this for a long time. But most trades, as a rule, about 1%. All right, I'm gonna put you back on pause for now. We'll see how this thing pans out. Win or lose, this thing goes on into our history books. Okay, here we go. Pause. All right, guys, I'm back. It looks like prices are following my arrow. So it's just following directions, saying, okay, looks like Czar showed us the way, so we're just gonna climb down this little thing. We'll see if that continues. I mean, sometimes you get lucky, but I'll just move this a little bit. All right, so it's going our way. My way, I guess. But you get the idea of the trade. On a very strong day, I'm actually asking for a lot for 2.5R. All right, I'll put you back on pause for now. All right, guys, we're back and things are moving along very nicely here. As you can see, we're getting that gravity drop that I sometimes talk about. Bear with me for one moment. And to adjust my headset here. So price action is following my instructions to the T, my arrows. We'll see if we can get all the way down here and get a nice 2.5R. I feel very fortunate to have sat out this day. I got tempted over here. Actually, I was watching this thing very closely, but we never broke structure. And so, thankfully, because that's a trade that I probably would have taken because it was already. Oh no, not this one because it was too early. I wouldn't do it until the afternoon. There was something else here I was watching. It might have been in here. Yes. So when we get the double top here and then the breakdown, there was no break of structure yet. I was considering below here, but it wasn't really late enough. It was still only 12:10. When we got into this area here, I thought that if we broke down from here, that I would possibly take an entry. Thankfully, that didn't happen because I would have been stopped out for sure. But here we go, guys, dropping hard now. All right, guys, moving my stop to break even. Moving my stop to break even. Before I do, I'm going to put that back. I want to remember where that is. Original stop is 972, right? So the 2.5R, move here. And I was going to put you on pause, but this thing could drop pretty hard now, given the overextension. Very often, or the extension, I should say. Very often when we see a big move like this, the give back late in the afternoon can be very quick, and so we'll see if that happens now. This thing's already dropped from the high today. It's already dropped 120 points. Okay, some fresh buying coming in here. So what I'm going to do, guys, is yeah, I want to put that back there so I can show this to you. So we can go to 2R. I'm going to make this a 2R trade instead because we're now at 249. We're 10 minutes away from power hour, and power hour can bring in some fresh buying here, and I just want to be able to close this out at a reasonable. But my stop is at break even. And if we get another move down just below here, but don't bring me out, or don't take me out, then I'm going to move my stop to right there for a sure win. But I think this thing is likely to go lower. Waiting for it now. It's really nice when the market follows your trade idea. I like to map out my trades very often ahead of time like that. In the very least in my mind, but I often do it on paper as well or on the chart. And to see it just hugged the line like that just means that you're in sync with the market. You've been sitting out the whole time. I didn't feel the bullish move on this. A lot of this is not making a lot of sense to me. This is making sense to me, and that's why I could draw it out and have the market do what I was thinking, because I'm in sync with the market today, you know. And part of that being in sync is being out of it, just not being there for it. All right, guys, now I'm moving my stop immediately to right here, because now I'm seeing this firming up quite a bit. I think I'm going to get taken out here, and that's fine. But I'll hope for one more little drop here and hopefully get the 2R. Just being patient, being faithful to the model, long-term edge, having taken no trades in London and no trades for, well, I guess almost three quarters of the New York session as well. And then finally getting this one here nearer the end of the day. We're 8 minutes away from the last hour, right? Power hour. It's 2:52. Looking for one more drop here. Just a little bit more. But it feels like now it's actually gonna bounce up a little. This is a big move without a retracement, so that retracement will take me out, no doubt. But either way, I'll be very happy with that. And this kind of market, I'm not going to be silly about holding out, you know, doggedly for my target if I feel that this is a very strange and extreme market, as we can see by some of these percentages that we're dealing with. The Dow, by the way, is only at 0.35% now, about to be stopped out here, guys. The S&P is only at 0.8%. We were up significantly more than that earlier. We were up over 2.5% on the NASDAQ, and now we're up 1.7%. So we've given back, or we're giving back, a fair amount of this here today, in the afternoon here. So it's an interesting session for sure. And bulls are very aggressive for the first half of the day. Looking for that one push down. But no matter what happens now, I'll be very happy with this trade. It was a difficult day for many traders because there's something called a lockout rally. When the market just goes straight up like it did today, it's very difficult for market timers who are scalpers and or day traders to be in there for that move. All right, guys, here we go. Wow. I think I'm going to get stopped after just being a quarter of a point away from that. Check my platform, so close. Oh yeah, that was. I'm actually not sure how I didn't get taken out from that, but it's pretty funny. Watching, waiting, and trusting. And out. All right, guys, out there. So that was the R value on this trade. I'm very happy with it. 1.44. Let me just check mine. Yeah, so 1.45. So 1.45 R trade. Thanks for joining me, guys. Had to be patient on that one. This is a 20-minute video. I might cut a little bit out of the middle of this one, so it'll be a little bit shorter than 20 minutes, hopefully. Otherwise, I'll just upload it if I think there's valuable information there. Thanks for joining me. Have an amazing week. This is Monday, and we will talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.